Okay, so a lot of B2C companies use ORM tools, ORM being online reputation management tools. But there is a scope. There's tremendous scope actually for using this in the B2B space also, especially when you are targeting SMEs, right? And what we're going to be doing today is looking at the overall approach. I mean, this is a quick video on the overall approach, the kind of phrases that you need to be tracking in your, when you're tracking searches. So let's just head. I'm just going to be sharing my screen. Okay. So this is the simplest ORM tool. It's Google Alert. So basically, if you are say a startup CRM company, right, software company, and you want to start tracking what SME business owners, what are their needs, what are they complaining about, and maybe sometimes you get someone to pitch to actually, right? So then this is the simplest form of Google Alerts tool. You can just basically start typing, putting the words here, right? So for example, you can create an alert for recommend CRM, and similarly you have to create a alert for other searches. So let's just discuss that. We are now on reddit.com, which is one of the forums that a tool like Google Alerts will track, because what they do is basically just go all over the web and find instances of that phrase being that phrase being mentioned. Right now, I'm going to Reddit, which by the way is if you're looking at from our experience, if your market is the US and if you are going after small business owners, I think Reddit is one of the best uh, forums. It's a great opportunity to know about such business owners and to do market research. Gives you a lot of ideas. Keeps your ideas going. With respect to the kind of communication, etc., that you need to have. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's take the first. What would you say, Nida? What is among the first set of words that you need to be tracking in a tool like this? What comes to your mind?
Probably a person would be searching for the top five CRMs for so and so, or top 10, top five, if they are just in the market for
Okay.
it. Sometimes they
Yeah.
would look for comparisons as well.
Okay. So I'm putting top CRMs, and yeah.
The
So you
best
are
CRM
getting, yeah,
systems.
you're getting all of these, and yeah. So this is one bucket of searches, right? So we are
Yeah.
like discussing what are the various buckets of searches that need to be tracked. Okay, you can't give a very
Mhm.
long list also. So one is, yes, people are researching and they're using words like top, best, like Nida said, comparing, Zoho versus HubSpot, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that definitely is one of the words to be tracked. Then I would say, when someone is closer to buying a CRM product, then they would use phrases like this. So there is recommend CRM, suggest CRM. Now this actual, this,
Mm.
why I'm saying this is important. Like if you don't put recommend, you might miss some of the things which are coming. That's why it's good to know how people look for, and on these online forums, what is it that how are people searching, what kind of posts, what are the words that they're using, right?
Yeah.
So recommend is someone,
Suggestions and recommendations.
suggest, CRM, recommend, so that these words indicate that the person has moved like closer to the end of the funnel. That person already done research, and is a little closer, to because when they are looking at recommend, they are going to then describe their overall scenario and then ask for a recommendation. So so that is recommend. Anything else comes to your mind which needs to be tracked?
I think if they've really come to the bottom of the funnel and they now want to know about the benefits or the advantages or anything that is relevant to a particular CRM, they might directly be searching for the company name.
A specific CRM, yeah, right. So now, let's say Zoho CRM, right?
Zoho
So
CRM, yeah.
yeah, so this is also if you are like a startup CRM company, and yeah, so if you're a startup CRM company, and if they are, let me, if basically if you have, let's see what comes up if you have Zoho CRM issues. Okay, yeah, so you can see this extremely slow, and these are good conversations to track if you are if you are if you're trying to compete, right? So for if you're trying to compete, then this is a good way to also understand what are the current issues, right? And you can see that
Yeah.
Zoho has like replied to this, which is great. It's really great that like at this level they are. I mean, this is not even like a thread which is like a lot of comments, etc. They're taking the effort to respond, to each of these. So
Yeah.
even, yeah, so you can have in your alerts.
Yeah.
You can
I mean,
have,
this is a good example of why these kind of ORM platforms are very relevant to our
yeah, so bigger companies, right? So bigger
yeah.
companies, yeah, this is like directly you can count this as, if there are a lot of people talking about your brand, then it becomes a responsibility to start responding to such issues. And for a smaller company, people are not talking about you. Unfortunately, you're not that big enough, so you can
But
use it
you
for,
could be the one taking part in this conversation, and then, like we discussed
yes,
in the previous webinar for
yeah,
LinkedIn, to get the
yeah,
visibility.
yeah, yeah.
This is where we could
So
step in.
yeah, so the you know you can, especially for the ones where, see, one is that okay, you can't make a very like a hard sell, that is there, but you can, in your comment, you can show your knowledge, and then people will check out your profile or your product, or whatever. I mean, that's the best way to do, especially when people say, for example, if someone's talking about what is has some query about how a CRM can be used in XYZ scenario, so then you can just comment as someone from the product, and without doing a hard sell, you're just trying to help people.
Yeah.
They eventually will check your profile, if they see you doing that enough number of times. And the other thing is that you know you don't always have to pitch online, right? So you can just note this down as, if there is a way to understand who is actually making this comment, then that person can be a part of your CRM, right? As in, it can be a part of your database to be targeted, right? You can have a different offline strategy to see how you can reach out to them, right?
Yeah, that's
So
a good point.
yeah, so yeah, so that's the kind of approach you need to take. You have an ORM tool. We just showed you the simplest one. It's Google Alert, and we just took you through like what are the top 3 or 4 buckets of phrases that you can track if you are tracking SMEs in a market like the US. Yeah, so that's it from our side, and we'll be in touch with you. Thank you, Nida.
Thank you.